Hello Bandits! Thanks to the folks at Merge Games, we've been taking a look through their early access survival title, Smalland. As ever, for an early access review, we'll ask you to consider that this is a work in progress rather than a finished title. As such, we won't be giving any final ratings on Smalland until a little closer to launch. This one is a small-scale survival adventure where you'll play as a tiny fey creature. Smalland blends elements from titles such as Valheim, Rust, Ark and others to create a title which really feels like its own. You'll scamper among the bugs and berries of the forest floor, collecting materials which will help you to craft new weapons and gear. This can be done just by sight, but you also come armed with a quite lovely set of antennae sensors to allow you to find items easily in the crowded grass of the woodland. Importantly, of course, you'll also need to build your own tiny home. This can be done at ground level, or you can take to the treetops to build a secure home up there, or of course anywhere in between. Smalland can be played very well as a single player title, but it's one which works really well with friends. It also includes some really nice controls to let other players access but not tamper with your world. As an early access title, Smalland isn't yet rated by PEGI or the ESRB. From our experience though, things are pretty okay here. Blood and gore is minimal if not non-existent, and we've not found any language within our time in the title either. The one thing to consider is that at this scale bugs and spiders can be really quite scary and might put off younger players. The title does however have an arachnophobia setting, with options to remove some or all legs, fangs and just leave floating bodies for spiders. And bear in mind that other settings may also be included closer to launch. Smalland does also bring accessibility options, including a peaceful mode, which means that you can take the title at your own pace. There's also some reading involved with recipes and story elements, but that is the only thing which we can think of that might get in the way. And with that stacked up, onto our early access rundown. I've really enjoyed the gameplay of Smalland in this early stage. If you've played other survival titles, you'll really know what you're getting into. And while it's not a finished title, there is still plenty to be getting along with, but we are hoping for further building options and items to be added as it moves through development. Fighting here seems really solid, and ironically we've come across very few bugs or glitches. Visuals are also pretty great most of the time, with good weather effects and some stunning vistas at this small scale. There's not a great deal that I would actually expect to see improve here, looking at this against other similar titles, and things are looking really nice even close up at this early stage. Audio is also strong, and there's been a lack of any repetition, which I quite like. It would have been really nice to see some more voice acting in the areas where you're speaking to NPC characters, but this could be added as the title moves forward. Overall, audio cues and effects are well implemented, alongside a decent soundtrack. The title also already has some narrative content, and while it's not War and Peace, it might actually be more than I expect from a survival title. Replay is also good. We've been primarily playing through as a solo adventure, but jumping in with friends really raises that experience, and much like Valheim and others, when working together it feels like almost anything is possible. Overall, this is another very solid early access build. The small scale is incredibly enjoyable, and there's a good number of different creatures to encounter both as enemies and friends. The grounded-like perspective really lends itself well to a survival adventure, and while we're definitely looking forward to seeing where the title goes, it's certainly worth jumping in right now if you're a fan of the genre. Of course, to provide this early access review, we received 2 free copies of Smalland from the folks at Merge Games. And that's all we've got for you today. Check out the extended review at pixelbandits.org for more information on this one. If you found this helpful, a like, comment, share or follow might not cost you anything, but it really goes a long way to helping Pixel Bandits remain ad-free and independent. Either way, we hope to see you again very soon. Thanks for watching.